to Total Fitness Wednesday, and it is the notorious Ordeal today. One of, if not the most tough ones, if it's taken to its extreme. There are many levels though, that's how I'll explain a bit. So although it's tough, it's just tough to you. You'll need a kettlebell with some clean and press or snatches, basically getting it above your head, and a single dumbbell, only like some T-rope, press up into a T-rope. Anyway, I'm going to go into all that detail in a minute. Let's get warmed up first. Okay. Chest to stretch, 10 chest pull. All joints nicely mobilised there from head to toe. Right. So the ordeal, very simple, but it's very horrible. It's 30 minutes EMOM. 3 exercises, just 3 exercises. There's a little ab finisher right at the end as well. But for the main part, 30-minute EMOM. So bell goes every minute. 3 exercises. And you do end up doing 10 sets of each, okay? We're doing them in a descending set fashion, so we do exercise 1, 4 sets, exercise 2, 4 sets, exercise 3, 4 sets, back to the start, and immediately 3 sets, 2 sets, 2 sets, 2 sets, 1 set, 1 set, 1 set, done. Okay? The exercises cover the whole body really, heart, lungs, head to toe. It does a lot. Your 3 exercises are push-up to T rotation, snatching or clean and press with your kettlebell, which I'll show you in your 2 options, and then burpees. And then also, you can choose what level you want to do it at. If you're an absolute beginner, you can always do a 6-rep version, okay? Which will still be challenging to a beginner. So you do 6 reps of each of them every time the bell goes, okay? Or you can do 8 reps, which is a lot tougher. 10 reps, which is an absolute killer. 12 reps is your extreme version, and that will really test you. You can also change between the 3 exercises, and one of those exercises that you find particularly tough, usually it's the burpees, it takes the longest. You could always do a slightly less on that. So you could do a 10-10-8. Okay? You can make it work for you. You can interchange those reps. But you're always trying to eventually up the reps until you can get the 12 version. So you should be somewhere on that scale. Okay? Whatever you do, it's going to be challenging. Right, let me show you each of them. So number 1, lower body really. It's surprising how tough this becomes after a while. Okay? So, press up, T rotation. Okay? Make sure you're in an arrowhead shape. Yeah? So you push up, chest to floor ideally up, and then bring that in like this. So you're leading with the elbow, okay, and then back down. Okay, do your chosen number of reps. Okay? So you're really pulling that back like that. And all you're going to do with that is each set swap sides. Okay, so whatever's due, side 1, side 2, side 1, side 2. Okay? Right, exercise 2, snatch or clean and press. Kettlebell you'll lead, and do it with the dumbbell. Got to be kettlebell mostly. Remember, thumb side with the handle with your grip. Don't hold it in the middle, always there, so that it falls neatly over the wrist in a more comfortable position. We're doing a hang snatch or clean, which means just through the hips look. Okay, you haven't got to do a dead, so you're not going to the floor each time. So it's there, you do a snatch, it's just straight through, straight up. The turnover happens about there, look. I try and do it slow, look. There and then up. Okay, whereas a clean and press, if you choose to do the clean and press, put it a little bit slower. You're bringing it there. So it's that row and roll in that rack position and then press. Either way, as long as you're getting it from there to there, it doesn't matter how you do it. Okay? And again, choose your rep scheme. 6, 8, 10 or 12. And the last one is burpees, nice and simple. We will learn burpees don't be down. Chest to floor ideally. But again, you can always go not chest to floor. There's always a way of making it manageable. That's it. Simple as that. The 10 sets on each, 30 minutes. Done in that 4, 3, 2, 1 formation. Right. Let me just set the timer. And then we're good to go.
Good.
Let's,
I think it's press up first, isn't it? Yeah.
put in.
Press up thing.
Press up C rotation first. 30 minutes. Okay. Right. No more putting up. Here we go. 25 seconds on the clock. Good. So same again. Swap sides, the other side. So get ready to go. So ready? one. Left side to finish, or side two.
Just set up the microphone, we are harmonize.
your mat. We've got a level up finisher. Well done. Getting through that. Man, that's an intense 30 minutes. Okay. Right. Grab your mats. Let's go. Get ready. Okay, put the arms around, that's all cardio. Put the arms through a little ordeal, so doing 20 seconds on, as many as you can. 10 seconds rest of the following exercises. So we're doing sit-ups, strict as you can. Okay, 2 sets, 20 seconds. Leg raises, strict as you can. From that hollow body hold. Bring them up, you need to make them easier. Do them like that, not like that. No. You don't want that. Right. Side crunch. Okay, fluid, smooth. Okay, not this. That. So the hips come at 90 degrees. Okay. Hip raises. Hands flat. And then push. Back, hold, put the brakes on. Let the core stop you from rocking. And there, stop. Okay? Really squeezing it out. Then, toe touches, looks the same. You're going to walk floor and reach your toes or the highest point. And the last one is your boat. We're going to hold all the way through and grab your little 10-second rest in the middle. Just follow me. Will soon be done. My hands, the palm of my hands are flipped. From hitting the floor, so floor, clap, palms are on fire, right. Okay. Right, it's not long. So everybody there? Sit up first. 3, 2, that bit much, you know. Kind of you lose memory of that because of the main bit, but that's not easy either, is it? Well done everybody for getting through that. Oh my god, it's brutal. Right, we're back in 2 minutes with total mobility. And oh my god, do we need it? Half an hour of deep stretching. If you're not going to do it now, I suggest you catch up at some point. It is well worth it. You'll feel like $1 million, I promise you. If you've not done it before, in conjunction with this, honestly, the feeling when you walk out is well worth it. Okay, right. See you in 2 minutes, or possibly tomorrow for Total Fitness Fire at 9:30. See you for one and or both. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for subscribing and well done there.